Hello, everybody. How's it going? My name is Cam, and I am joined by Coleman.
Hello, hello.
And this is the first episode of my podcast series, I guess. I don't have a name for it yet because I didn't plan for this.
We'll
So
get there. That's a
we'll
work in
we'll get
progress.
there one day. But the first thing that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Star Wars, but specifically Mandalorian because second season just finished the other day, and oh my gosh.
Man, I will say I'm still really annoyed that it's only 8 episodes. I need more.
I
And
would
the fact that they're
rather
only doing 8 episodes is a little upsetting.
I'd rather them do less episodes and make them really good than have a lot more episodes and a bunch of filler.
I mean, that's fair.
Plus,
That's fair.
we got a lot more Star Wars content coming out in the next couple of years, so
Yeah. Um, I'm hyped.
I
I'm
am
I'm
hyped as
ready. I'm
well.
excited.
So I guess we're just gonna start with Mandalorian. What did you think of the first season?
The first season, I think they did really well when it came down to catching the audience eye. Especially, I mean, I feel like they already kind of planned that, Star Wars fans were already gonna watch it,
Mm-hmm.
but they wanted more than just Star Wars fans. They wanted people who weren't Star Wars fans to watch it. And
Mm-hmm.
the way they did season one, I think they did really well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the only thing I have like against the Mandalorian is, and it's in both season one and two, is it's every episode you can kind of predict what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mando is going to have a challenge. Mando's going to do that challenge. Mando's going to overcome that challenge, and Mando will find a new challenge.
Fair enough. I mean,
Because if you I mean, I guess you probably could say that about a lot of TV shows,
mm-hmm.
but in the Mandalorian, I mean, it's one episode he has to go do this bounty for this one guy. It's a little trouble, but he finds the solution, gets done, goes, and next you know he's doing another challenge and struggles with it, finds it. Or I guess we should go ahead and just say this now. Spoiler alert.
Oh
I
yes,
mean,
spoilers for everything, all of Star Wars,
yeah,
because we're gonna talk about
yeah.
everything.
So now that I've said spoilers alert, I can start dropping episodes and types of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So like put for example, whenever Mando had to go fight the mud rhino
The
thingy, I
Mudhorn.
forget what the thing was called, the Mudhorn. He had a challenge, he overcame it, and then reaped rewards, and then he immediately went to the next thing. And then he had the other episode where he had to go and make money. So
Mm-hmm.
he went and joined him in the bounty hunting,
Yep. To get
had a challenge,
Fennec.
overcame it, and moved on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one had a little more to it because then the guy tried to do the whole thing, everything, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. That's my only down thing, and that's a minor one in my eyes. I mean, because I really don't care for that much because the story is great every single time, and I don't complain about it every single time. I think the music and the uh the the picture is just pretty freaking good, and the
Mm-hmm.
story, the way they kind of tell a story, is I really enjoy. My only thing now is that with the end of season two, and spoiler alerts, I'm saying it again because I'm about to just drop the very last thing that happens in season two, is when Luke takes Gorgo. Is it Gorgo or
Grogu.
Grogu? Grogu. I don't know. I was Grogu. So now that he doesn't have Grogu, is Grogu gonna be gone now forever?
Mm-hmm.
And is Mando gonna go and help that one chick, I forget her name, the
Bo-Katan.
princess Bo-Katan, get back Mandalorian, the planet Mandalorian
Mandalore.
or Mandalore. Uh, and if so, I would be great with that one because then now they're gonna have to introduce the problem of Mando having
Dark Saber.
the dark saber, and the only way for a Mandalorian to get the dark saber is by challenging the person who has it, and that's how it works. And since he has it, and I think she realized that she wasn't gonna. I mean, like obviously he was just like, "Here, take it. I don't care, take it." But I don't think like I think she realizes that if she went toe to toe with Mando, she would lose.
Oh yeah.
100%, she would lose.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, but back on your first question about season one, I thought season one was great. What about
hmm
yourself?
I really enjoyed season one. Season one was some of my favorite Star Wars content. I can, to a degree, kind of.
When the TV shows are better than the three latest movies that came out.
Yeah. I can agree with you to an extent on the repetitiveness of each episode and how it follows pretty much the same beginning, middle, and end with just different people. But I think that's the way that the show was made. It like I see a lot of people compare it to like side quests and main quests in an RPG and how they're all kind of similar and stuff like that, which I
He has
think
his main thing he's got to go do, but he's got to do these side quests here and there to
mhm,
progress.
that's how I see it,
That's
and
funny.
I think I think it works that way. Honestly, I always thought that Star Wars worked better as a show than it did as movies. But overall, I really liked season one. I don't think there was an episode that I hated. Um, the the introduction to Grogu, or the child as he was known as the time, was like
Baby Yoda.
the biggest like mind blowing thing that I had ever experienced. Because I'm just like, there's another one of him besides Yaddle. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and the one thing I always keep on forgetting about their race is that technically he's like 50 something
He's
years
50
old,
years old, and
but
to us he acts like a child,
mentally,
but he's like
mentally,
he's
he's like 8 or 9, 10.
yeah, he acts like a child, but he's like also mature.
Yeah, he's like okay, he's like it's like a switch. It's like I don't want to be mature right now, so he keeps it off, and then he's like, oh, maybe I should help. Okay, let me flip this real quick, step in for a second, and then I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall season 1 on par with like Clone Wars on how much I really enjoyed it. But season 2, who season 2? But season 2
Oh
was something
man,
else.
season two was pretty freaking cool. I loved it.
Like I had heard rumors about stuff that was going to happen in season 2, but I didn't like follow up on any of them. It was like I don't want to be spoiled. Like I don't want anything to be ruined. So whenever uh well, we'll just start with the first episode. Whenever uh we see Boba, I was like, I heard that he
Yeah,
was coming back. I
I,
didn't know it was real.
yeah, I heard him. I know. I was, I when I saw Boba, I was like, okay, Boba. See, my thing is I'm going against the wave on this one. Is Boba's? I don't really like Boba, and the reason why is because he's not a Mandalorian.
Okay.
But and that's, I mean, that's my reason. That's a Mandalorian. And
You
I
don't
thought
like
he was for the longest time,
No, he's always
and
been a
that's
clone.
yeah. Well, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Boba Fett was a clone for a while, because I didn't. I also didn't really look into much of it. I just watched the movies. I was like, okay, cool, and then did my own thing. So whenever like I realized that Boba was a clone and he wasn't an actual Mandalorian, and I'm a big fan of the Mandalorians, so I was like, oh, okay, fuck Boba because he ain't a Mandalorian.
You know they explain in the movies that he's a clone, right?
Oh, they did. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't. I
In
must
episode
miss
2,
that
when Obi-Wan's on
detail.
Kamino, one of the Kaminoans makes a comment saying like Boba wanted to clone unaltered so he doesn't speed up twice as fast like the others do, and so he could raise it as like a son.
Oh, I mean, I kind of remember I kind of remember that interaction, but I guess I must have just once it went over my head.
Yeah, it was right before he went into his room and confronted him. So it was there, but it's understandable how you could have missed it. But I think the one that is always going back and forth on whether he was or wasn't Mandalorian was Django.
Yeah, Django, who
Isn't.
was a Mandalorian. Oh, Django wasn't either.
He's not a Mandalorian. He just has the
I thought
armor.
he I
Well,
I thought
he
he was
was, and then he
because in
wasn't, and then he
in
was, and then he wasn't.
Mandalorian. Well, here's the thing. In Mandalorian, when Boba gets the armor and proves and when Mando's like, "You're not a Mandalorian," da 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 da, stuff like that. And then after they had that situation where they were when Grogu gets kidnapped by the Death Troopers. What the hell were they called again? The robot super
Oh,
troopers
the
or
Dark
whatever the heck they
Troopers.
were called. That dark troopers. I know it was something troopers. When the dark troopers kidnapped Grogu, and then Boba Fett showed Mando the owners before, and he was like, "Yeah, my father fought in the Mandalorian Civil War or something like that." And so it was showing that Jango Fett was a Mandalorian.
I guess I don't really remember. Honestly, it's gone back and forth so many times that that's one of the things where I'm just like, I don't know. I don't care if he is or isn't. He was
Is
cool.
there like big debate on it?
Well, I
There's
mean,
like
it's
debate
like
on whether or not he
throughout the
is or
character's
isn't.
history, it's always been like, yes, he was a Mandalorian, but then in Clone Wars said no, he wasn't a Mandalorian. He just has the armor. But then now I guess a Mandalorian is like, no, he is a Mandalorian. I'm just like, make up your mind, please.
Yeah,
But if
because
he if
I
he,
remember that in the
I guess I do remember that.
that he
Uh,
mentioned he was like, yeah, my father fought in like the Mandalorian or the Mandalore Civil Wars or whatever it was.
I mean, you could have fought.
So that part makes me that Django was a Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
and then also the fact that Django's armor Django's armor had the has the you know how Mando has the mud horn on his right shoulder
Yeah, it's a signet.
because yeah, you know how they and you remember how they get there, right? Is that they kill
They killed the Mudhorn. Yeah.
they killed a mud horn, so that's what he got on his right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice on Django slash Boba Fett's armor, he has I forget what the monster's called, but I remember looking up about it. Is that that monster was only on Mandalore,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very strong and powerful beast, and it became extinct because all the Mandalorians hunted them to extinction because they wanted to be the ones that kill that monster to show that they're how powerful they were and stuff like that. And Jango's Fett slash Boba Fett's armor has that symbol on the right shoulder. So part of me thinks so. That's also another reason why I think Django is a it was a Mandalorian because he got that branded on his right shoulder for killing that monster.
Okay. Okay. So I just looked it up. So Jango Fett was a Mandalorian in the same way that Din was a Mandalorian because he was a foundling. So he was taken in by the Mandalorians. He wasn't born a Mandalorian, but he was adopted by
Uh,
them.
but Mandalorian. Remember, Mandalorian isn't a race; it's a creed.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, so it says basically he wasn't a Mandalorian the same way that Bo-Katan is. Um, but yeah. So
But
yeah,
also is a Mandalorian
yeah,
because he was part of the creed.
he was taken in by the Mandalorians as a foundling, which in a way makes him a Mandalorian, but he was not born a Mandalorian, like on the planet
Yeah,
Mandalore.
me personally, I'm just gonna say that I consider that a Mandalorian because he follows the creed.
I guess.
Because he followed the creed of Mandalorian
Mhm.
to a certain extent, I guess, because you know the whole. And then, oh, I can't say that because I was gonna say because he showed his face, but then you have uh Bo-Katan who shows her
Bo-Katan.
face and says, "Oh,"
Dude,
and she's
the
when
episode
she was
she
like,
came
"Oh, well,
in,
I follow a different version."
the episode
Yeah,
where she showed up. I feel so bad for people who haven't seen Clone Wars because there's like, oh, cool, more Mandalorians. But us that saw the Clone Wars, like, oh my god, it's Bo-Katan in live action.
see, I've seen that clip where Bo-Katan, I think I've seen it, isn't because in the Clone Wars, Bo-Katan is shown, or the part I saw, I think it was Bo-Katan where General or not General Grievous, but Darth Maul comes and takes over Mandalorians or Mandalore,
Mandalore, yeah.
and Bo-Katan
Former
and didn't
Darth, not
Bo-Katan
just more.
didn't Didn't Bo-Katan die in that one?
Nope. The person that died in that fight was Pre Vizsla, because he was the leader of Death
Oh,
Watch and he took over Mandalore and he was technically their rightful ruler because he also had the dark saber. But Maul came in and challenged him to single combat, and he beat him in single combat, thus earning the dark saber and becoming leader of Mandalore.
and then you
Bo-Katan,
had that one chick that Obi-Wan and her were in love with
Satine.
each other, but because of the things they couldn't.
And then Maul fucking killed her.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, Bo-Katan and a small branch of the Death Watch did not want to follow Maul, so they fled and made their own little group. Um, but yeah,
All right. Well, we're getting off topic now.
yeah,
Let's
but
get back on to
yeah,
Mandalorian.
when she showed up, I mean, seeing those Mandalorians fight in live action was the coolest freaking thing. They're so effective. There's only four of them that took one whole ship,
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
but that
I
wasn't the highlight of the episode for me. The highlight of the
That
episode
wasn't
is
the
when
highlight.
she name dropped Ahsoka Tano,
Oh yeah,
and I'm
when she
like,
said
"We're doing
Jedi
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka Tano.
Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And
Oh, what do you
then
think about the actor that played Ahsoka? I
we'll
think
get
she
there.
was
I
perfect.
think she was perfect too, but we'll get there.
Oh,
I think the thing that made
we'll
me
get
mad the
there.
most about because I was like, "Oh, are we getting Ahsoka next episode? I can't wait!" And then next episode we go back to uh, Grief Karga and Cara Dune. I'm like, "No, but yes, but no! I want to see Ahsoka."
I want more Mandalorian episodes, but I want to see Ahsoka now.
I know, but that was also a pretty interesting episode because of what we learned about why they want Grogu for his blood and stuff like that. They're using it for something because of the midichlorians,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
I
yeah, because didn't we find out, or are we just assuming it was because of his Mandalor or his
well
Metachlorians?
they said like M count, and when you're thinking about a Jedi and you think of M count and you think of M
Yeah,
count
yeah.
midichlorians. I think they just didn't want to say midichlorians because like people don't really like those. Let's find a new word for it. M count. Yeah, that'll do. We'll do M count.
Yeah, there we go. Just paraphrase it. There we go. M
Yeah,
count.
but yeah, I think we're safe to assume that all of the all those things we saw in the jars and stuff like that. I think those are supposed to be like failed Palpatine clones or Snoke clones because they look pretty similar to
Maybe.
what we see in Episode 9.
See, that was something that I also kind of thought as well. I was like, maybe those are the failed clones of Palpatine, uh, and that he has to find, and that they're still trying to find a better way to clone the M cells, and they because that was one of my first things. And of course, I also was like, oh hey, look, it's Starkiller. Praying and hoping that Starkiller gets introduced, but I know that would never happen.
No.
Starkiller would be completely fucking broken.
Oh my
And
gosh.
but but yes, because when that scene came up where they went and raided that little fortress,
Hmm.
and when they made it to the room with all uh those not cells but the
Back to tanks.
yeah,
We'll say that.
I was like okay, I my first thing was, oh, they're trying to make Jedi clone or Sith clones,
But they did unfortunately
and
too.
technically yeah they did.
It's not canon anymore, but it's there.
Well, I know. Unfortunately, this one he was also a clone. I thought.
No, he was the son of a Jedi that Vader took in after killing him.
Okay, but that was my first thought process when I saw those. I was like, okay, they're trying to clone again. They're trying to clone and see if they can clone the M cells. So they either can create one, obviously create more Siths
Mhm.
to fight off the Jedi, and then two, uh, trying to help Palpatine by finding a better way to clone M cells.
Yeah. But yeah, that was.
And then, or go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna wrap that up, but if you were still going, I'll.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna move on to something else.
Okay. I was just gonna say that pretty much wraps up that episode with freaking Razor Crest getting fixed finally after like 3 episodes of just getting absolutely wrecked. Like I was like, that's poor
Yeah, that.
ship.
Oh my man, my heart broke. My heart broke when they went and just completely annihilated
Hmm.
Razor Crest. I was
Yeah.
when I saw that, I want to be sad for the fact that the Dark Troopers just got Grogu or Gorog or oh my
Grogu.
god,
It's
I can't
Grogu.
Grogu Grogu.
They
I
say it
want to be
like 10
sad that they got
times
him.
in like 3 episodes to make sure that people get it.
Hey, shut up. How about that? Cool.
No.
But I was more sad that the Razor Crest was destroyed
Uh,
than Grogu getting
I
kidnapped.
was equally sad. But
Yeah, I still love the fact that out of all the wreckage, he still had that Beskar spear.
dude, pure
I
Beskar
was
is
like,
hard to break.
yeah. Well, I mean, we saw that in freaking episode 8.
Well, hang on.
It,
We saw it in episode 5 when literally
technically,
the first thing we see is Ahsoka, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like
oh
she's
yeah,
got her white
episode 5.
lightsabers and she's just destroying people in live action. I'm like, yes.
But yeah, and then just I always remember I always keep on forgetting that Beskar is basically is the one of the only metals that can stop a lightsaber that a lightsaber cannot
Hmm.
cut
Yeah,
through.
and it was put to the test in that episode when he goes looking for her and she freaking jump attacks him and he blocks it with his braziers and stuff. I'm just like, thank
Yeah,
God you
he
have that.
was.
Thank God you
If he
have
didn't,
Beskar.
yeah, if he didn't have that, he would have been screwed.
Mm. Yeah, and then that's the same episode we get the name drop of Grogu.
Yep, Grogu. When she was like, his name is Grogu,
He's
and
like
then he started like
Grogu.
Grogu,
I love
Grogu.
his reactions every single time he says his name. He goes, huh? It's like a
Oh yeah,
puppy.
how he just has
He's
he
like a
just has a
puppy
little
when you call his name. He just like
tilt
looks over,
his
and is like, huh?
head, and he turns towards you.
And then next episode, he keeps saying his name and laughing because he's just like because of the reaction, just how cute it is. He's like, uh,
All right, I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
ask you this. This is gonna be a hard question, but if you had to rate if you had to give, what is your best Mandalorian episode and what is your worst Mandalorian episode?
out of season 2 or the whole show.
Let's do season 2 first.
Oh, ooh, favorite episode of season 2. Hmm. I am I'm torn between oh my gosh. I'm torn between episode 5, episode 6, and episode 8. Because they all have amazing moments that I love for very different reasons. Oh. Episode 5 because I loved seeing Ahsoka in live action. She's like one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Episode 6 because Boba Fett's moment is one of the most badass things I'd ever seen. Then episode 8 because Luke freaking Skywalker shows up. And he just has his own hallway Vader moment.
I
Oh.
know.
I might have to go episode 8, honestly, because episode 8 like
I
was such a
see.
great episode.
I want to label episode 8 as one of my best, but I can't because of one big plot hole.
What?
Dark Troopers were made for one thing specifically,
Okay.
and it was to kill Jedi.
Well, hang on. Did you read that
And
online, or did you take
there,
that from the show?
wait, oh,
Because the Dark
sorry,
Troopers
say that
in
again. You kind of cut out.
did you take that from what we're told in the show, or are you taking that from what you have read from what else they've been in? Because Dark Troopers that we used to have aren't canon anymore, not that I know of. The ones here are just basically just super powerful droids.
Okay, so the other ones aren't considered canon.
I don't think so.
I can see. I thought they were. Well, no, they are because you got to remember the scientist, the clone scientist,
Hmm.
was like he has dark troopers, and he was like, okay, it's just soldiers and suited up, and he was like, no, we removed the aspect of soldiers. These are
We
the third generation.
took out the human element.
Yeah, he said we took out the human, and this is like the he said like the third or second generation. So that means that the other Dark Troopers were canon,
Well,
would it not?
I mean, they're from him saying that. This basically all that's basically saying is like, yeah, this is the third attempt that we've had at these things, and it's the best that we've made. I don't think in any of the canon Star Wars media, like I'm not a big comic or book reader when it comes to this kind of stuff. I stick with mostly the movies and the shows. So I don't know about the previous iterations. I know that we're going to be getting the first generation of them in the new Bad Batch show because you can see them a little bit. But I don't know, just from what the show has said, I don't remember them ever specifically saying like, yeah, we made these things specifically to kill Jedi. I think they just made them because we just like
Then
we need something powerful on our side. So we have like we can make these droids that are impenetrable to normal blasts. Apparently, can take a hell of a beating and keep going. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think I ever just got the implication that they were made specifically to kill Jedi in the show, at least.
that might be the case, but I was going off the fact that that Dark Troopers were made specifically to be like a good way to help kill off Jedi. And so whenever Luke came through and was just completely, I mean, there was like it wasn't even a speck of dust was more dangerous to Luke than these Dark Troopers were.
This is also Jedi Master Luke,
And
5 years after
I
Return
I
of the Jedi.
I do get that, but still, like, going off of the fact that Dark Troopers, if I like, were supposed to be made to kill Jedi Masters and stuff, I was expecting like a little bit more of a challenge. But that could be just for the story reason that they didn't have, maybe they didn't have enough time to have like, and also, but it wouldn't fit really with the story to show him Luke going off on these Dark Troopers. It was just it was better for them just to kind of blast through that area really fast. And also, real quick, I could tell. I mean, everyone probably could tell, but the CGI on Luke's face was a little. There was some instances where he was talking where it was a little wonky, but I think it still was really good. But
Mm-hmm.
there was some moments on the CGI for his face, you could tell it was like they
Yeah.
were like trying their best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There were some bits where I'm like, that's CGI, but other times I'm like, that's Luke. That is him. That's Luke right there.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean,
and then you go back to Ahsoka. With Ahsoka, I
mm,
mean, oh my God, she was a badass. The white
yeah.
lightsabers, I still want to know what the white light like. I don't know if they like made it to where like the color of a lightsaber
Uh,
doesn't really mean anything anymore.
well, from what I know, I'm not entirely sure if it's canon or not, but the white lightsabers, she took kyber crystals from Inquisitor lightsabers and purified them. Because when you get a crystal and you corrupt it and bleed it, like you do with the like dark side users do, they turn it red. But she purified it and made it white, and the color is to symbolize that she is neither light side nor dark side. She is in between. She's a gray Jedi.
So is
Because
she considered a gray Jedi?
they never outright said it, but I consider her a gray Jedi. Because even in the Rebel show, when she has her confrontation with Vader, uh, he basically called her a Jedi, and she just says, "I am no Jedi." So she's neither Jedi nor Sith.
Hmm.
So I'm fairly certain that I consider her a great Jedi.
That would make sense. I mean, then she would be what, the second or third on camera Gray Jedi?
Um, who are the other two?
Well, you
Uh,
got the first one, which was what it was Obi-Wan's master,
Qui Gon?
Qui-Gon Jinn. He was Qui-Gon was considered it was either Qui-Gon or
He
it was Obi-Wan. One of the two were considered a Gray Jedi.
I think you're thinking of Qui Gon. He was never. I don't think he was. He had gray Jedi aspects because of the way that he saw the Force as compared to the other members of the Council. But he was still a Jedi. He was a Jedi Knight. I don't think I would ever have considered him a full gray Jedi.
Oh, see,
He had aspects of his
I read
personality.
something.
I don't know.
I read something that like said that he was like he was like confirmed to be like one of the first Grey Jedi,
Hmm.
or like on film wise.
I guess I hadn't read that. I don't know. I personally never considered him a great Jedi, even though he's one of my favorite,
I could look it up.
just because he was so right about everything. And if he hadn't died, Anakin would have been such a great Jedi if he was taught by Qui-Gon instead of Obi-Wan. Plus, it's Liam Neeson. Like, come on. But who was the second?
Well, no, I was saying like she was either the second or third. I couldn't remember if there was two already or if there was one.
I don't know.
And
She's the first
so
for me because I thought they were going to do Grey Jedi in the Star Wars sequels. Whenever Luke was saying the Jedi need to end, I'm like, oh, let's make Grey Jedi. They're neither Jedi nor Sith, neither light nor dark, and they are the balance. But they decided to go a different direction. So
yeah, so and then here's this little thing about Qui-Gon Jinn where it says some members of the Jedi Order considered Qui-Gon Jinn to be a Grey Jedi, while the terms was used to refer to a Force user who walked the line between light and dark. Jedi was also labeled as a Grey Jedi for distancing himself from the Jedi High Council. So maybe that might be. He might be considered because they're also here's another thing saying that Qui-Gon Jinn was thought as a Grey Jedi by some members of the Order for his frequent disagreement with the Council. Jedi Master, to I don't know how to pronounce this. Tyvokka, Tovaka. I'm gonna butcher that, but whatever. Expressed concerns over his over this, and Master Obi-Wan Kenobi's confessed that he could see why some might view Jin as a Grey Jedi. So
where are you reading this at? This is
it
Wikipedia.
was I went to Google and fandom said the second part, and then Wikipedia said the first part.
I'm trying to find that name that you were trying to pronounce.
It is V or T. Sorry, I don't know why I said V. Tyvokka. Tyvokka.
I don't recognize the name.
Oh, it's a Wookiee Jedi. This was one of the it's a Wookiee Jedi master. He's introduced like through comic books.
Oh,
He's
probably.
also one of the people that's supposed to be as powerful as Yoda.
Oh, really? Wow.
He was considered as powerful as Yoda.
Dang.
And he also had a yellow lightsaber.
Ooh, this is my favorite. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
But so I
but
like
that's my
so
yeah.
that's why I was coming off the Grey Jedi thing is that he was considered to be one of the Grey Jedis because his constant disagreement with the Jedi Council,
Because they were wrong.
the way he saw the Force
Mhm.
compared to them, and that's why they thought he was going to be considered like the first on-screen Grey Jedi.
Hmm.
And I think it kind of came up whenever people thought that Rey was going to be the first Grey Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you remember that one, whenever they like people were, I think it was like
I
when eight's
Last
episode
Jedi.
eight's the Last Jedi, and they thought, and then they saw the trailer, and they thought they saw the Grey Jedi symbol in there.
hmm Yeah, I mean the Grey Jedi symbol is just an off-brand of the normal Jedi symbol, so I mean it could have been easily confused, or it was the first,
Probably
or it
could
was
have
probably
been.
the first iteration of the Jedi symbol, which is why it looked different. But I mean, we're not here to talk about the movies right now. That's a whole other podcast of itself. Um, but yeah, my favorite would probably have to be Episode 8. My least favorite of the season, hmm, probably the Siege when he goes back to Grief and Kara. It's probably my least favorite, just because that felt
So
more side quest. I feel like the only reason that I was there was the whole M count and clones thing. Other than that, it was just to
which
be
is
like, look at these
yeah,
characters. They're
I
still
get that.
here.
So I think my best one is stuck between episode with Ahsoka, which is I think what was it,
The
6 or 5?
Jedi. Yeah, it was 5.
And then the episode 7.
Episode 7. Oh, with Mayfield,
I
the
think that was the
Believer.
right one. Is that the right one
That
with
was
Bill
Yep,
with
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr?
Hmm. That was a great
Yeah,
episode.
I know. I loved it. I loved that was one of my favorite ones. And I felt I felt for Bill Burr's character whenever he was sitting in front of that Imperial officer and he was
Oh.
like sacrifices have to be made and Burr's character just snaps and just boom,
Hmm.
not even
His
giving a
acting in that scene
fuck
was
about the
so good.
consequences. Yeah, like his facial expressions were like on point. Like he genuinely looked like he was feeling distraught
Hmm.
from and like having bad flashbacks of those
PTSD.
moments.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he just fucking pulls out and just clocks that guy in the face with his blaster.
Hmm. I think my favorite part of that episode is Din just sacrificing his entire belief for Grogu and just taking off his helmet, and then he has it off for like the rest of the episode until he gets his armor back.
Right,
And how
right.
uncomfortable
So
he
yeah,
looks the entire
I
time.
know.
He's not looking at
He
anybody.
looks
He's
like
like,
he
oh god, oh god.
he's like the entire time I was like, this is the antisocial guy that you
Me,
like always like knows that like he's there to do something, but he's always like looks like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
me.
And I
Oh my
think you
gosh.
probably can predict what my worst episode was. I'm gonna
Uh
let you take a guess.
oh. Oh, what episode was it? Episode 2 with the big spiders.
Oh my god. I lost my shit. When Grogu went to those eggs,
Oh my, that kid needs to
first
stay
thing I
away from
was
the eggs.
first thing I was like it was like, okay, motherfucker, this is some alien isolation shit. You're about to get a face hugger on your face.
He did. He did
And
it. He did in the next episode
he
when he was
did
eating the
technically,
soup.
yeah. Yeah. But and then he cracks open the egg and just grabs whatever and starts eating it. And then when he did that, I was like,
You messed up, kid. You messed up.
stop, stop. And then they all started shaking, and I was like, oh no, what is this? And when they
Hmm.
started coming out of the eggs is when I spine chills.
Hmm.
I was
Yeah.
like, if I was Mando, I would have just died. I would have died because I would have passed out from shock, and
Uh,
they would have just ate my body as I was passed out.
oh my gosh. Like when they were little, I was like, okay, they have the numbers, but they're little, and then I started getting bigger and bigger. I'm like, okay, these are some
Yeah.
like
Well, then that was my next part. I was like, okay, they're small, so maybe I would have a better chance of getting out. And then when, like you said, when you just started seeing the bigger ones coming here and there, I was like, oh nah, bro,
and
nope, I would have been dead.
then
I would have quit.
Mama Spider.
Oh my god. So I honestly I was like, cool, they got Mama Spider out of the way.
Nope.
So, but a part of me always, of course, was always like, okay, maybe that seemed a little too easy, maybe not. But they kept on playing up that she was, and I was like, okay, cool, she's gone. And I'm gonna say this right now: there's no way in hell I could be like Mando, because
Hmm.
Mando had the balls to stand next to that door and just keep letting him crawl on him. Oh, dude, I would have been freaking out if they would have been crawling on my arm. And then when they were like, okay, we're finally like when they thought they were safe, and you have that big freaking leg just come through the glass, and I was like, fuck you, just fuck off. But
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty sick when the two rebel
Oh,
fighters came in and just
oh, what did it, Wolf? Wolf is Filoni's character. I can't remember the other guys. Carson, I think. Wolf and Carson.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I just remember I was like, yep, that's Dave Filoni right there.
So but that was probably my worst episode, just because it struck. It was poking at my fear
Struck fear into your heart.
constantly. It did.
Mm.
Oh man, that entire time I was on edge because I was like, spiders, fuck spiders. Why does that have to be spiders? Why did they bring spiders out?
Mm.
Anything but spiders.
Well, at least they haven't done
But I
snakes
will say
yet.
another episode that I would probably rank up with that I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it more, that I would have a harder time selecting as my top would be the episode where they kill the dragon,
The Crate Dragon, episode one.
the
Ooh,
crate dragon.
dude,
Episode 1, the crate dragon.
the pearl that they have inside of it is an old side quest in one of the KOTOR games, I think, where you have to kill a Crate Dragon to get like this pearl out of it, and the Tusken Raiders find it.
Do you think that was like a little nod
Oh yeah,
to
oh
that
yeah.
game?
You got, dude. Remember these? This show is made by ultra fans of Star Wars. They know everything. So
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
guarantee that was a nod towards the game.
I could see that. That's yeah. But now, it must be done. Mando must go get a crate dragon on his armor.
Oh, dude,
He
that'd
needs
be
to
cool.
replace the Mudhorn and get the crate dragon on his
Mm.
armor.
That it's so funny. It's so weird to think about, like seeing him when he fought the Mudhorn and then seeing him fight a Crate Dragon and be like, how much better this guy has gotten. You couldn't take the Mudhorn.
I mean, if you honestly look at it, it's just like a video game. When he
Hmm.
got better armor, he got better stats.
Yeah, yeah. I'm almost like.
And that's something else that I really liked about his acting, is that when he got shot and it hit his armor and stuff, though his reactions were always so like perfect. When
Hmm.
you get shot in his head would fly back from the shot,
Hmm.
but then he would look back forward and continue fighting. When he got shot in the arm, his arm would fly back from the force, but he'd still keep on moving forward. And I thought that was something pretty sick.
Oh,
I
dude,
thought like his acting skills right there was like top notch.
something else. Something else I gotta say about episode 7 was how he had to completely change up his fighting style because he wasn't wearing his armor anymore. He can't tank a hit like he used to. So he had to completely
Yeah.
change up his fighting style, which I really liked because he gets hit and his armor breaks and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's right." Shit, I
Oh
don't have my
yeah,
Beskar.
that scene right there. He was like, "Oh yeah, right."
Dude, can we just talk about Boba Fett in episode 6? Like, remember in episode 6, like of the movies, episode 6, whenever we saw Boba and we're like, oh man, this guy's probably so freaking cool, and he gets taken out by a blind man.
Oh yeah,
Look at our boy now, going out here and
yeah.
just destroying stormtroopers with freaking missiles coming out of his knee pad. The shotgun
That
wrist
was
thing.
that was sick.
I'm just
And then
like,
of course
where was?
you had the icon. Then you had the iconic little missile on the back where you.
Mm-hmm. Nice shot. I was aiming for the other one. I keep
Ended
every,
up working out
Yeah,
all the
like I
way.
keep looking at that scene. I'm like, he was aiming for the left one. He hit the right one instead.
In the end, it still somehow worked out.
I think the only thing that I'm a bit irritated about that episode is Din never went back to pick up his jetpack. Because if he had, he would have gotten to the kid in time.
Oh yeah, because he did take his jetpack
He
off,
took it
huh?
off whenever he was having a standoff with Fennec and Boba, and he just
Right,
never picked it
right.
back up. I'm like, what are you doing? Pick up your jetpack.
And he doesn't, and it's not like he needs to. He had his little wrist thing, like
Yeah,
he could have totally just used.
that's probably like my biggest critique about the entire show, the entire season so far. It's just like, why didn't you just pick that back up? You could have
You would have
avoided
been
that
able to catch
entire
up at
last arc
least.
if you just picked it up.
Well, I wouldn't say he could have avoided, because then he would have had to face off against those. And we saw what happened when he faced. Oh my
One,
God,
yeah,
that scene,
it was like a
that scene
Terminator.
when you, I know, and it was just punching the head, punching the head, punching the head, punching the head. I couldn't help but laugh because I
Yeah,
just thought his Beskar is too strong. You can't dent the Beskar,
and he's
and so
pushing him into the
his
wall.
his face is all protected. Like it's probably like the banging probably is disorienting him and stuff, but like in
Uh-huh.
the end, his face is still fine. But the fact that you could just see the wall behind getting dented
Dented.
in every punch after, I was like, oh my lord. But yeah, those death trooper or not death troopers, dang it, dark troopers
Mm-hmm.
are they're pretty insane.
Mm.
Besides,
Until they go up against a
fighting,
Jedi, a
then I go
master
up against
Jedi.
Jedi.
Dude,
But yeah, that scene where he's just getting fucking pounded after one after another, I just couldn't help but laugh.
how long did it take for you to realize that that was Luke that had shown up?
Oh, dude, I saw the green lightsaber and I was like,
Yeah.
and the black hood, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's fucking Luke.
Like I
I
I was
knew as soon as I saw the green lightsaber pop out, I was like,
yeah.
that's Luke, right off
Mm-hmm.
the bat.
Yep. As soon as I saw the green lights, because I kept watching, I'm just like, anybody could have gotten an X-wing, but it could it be? Is it Luke? I don't know because like,
And then there was that, and then there was that too. When I saw the X-wing, when I saw the X-wing,
mm-hmm.
and I saw it pulling in,
One.
I know for a fact it's not. I know for a fact it's not the those rebel leader or rebel X-wing fighters. I knew that for a fact. And the fact that it was coming and boarding, I was like, I knew for a fact this was a Jedi. But then as soon as I saw the green lightsaber, I was like, it's just Luke. It's Luke.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
another part also worries me about Luke being the one to come and get Grogu
because of episode 8.
because we all knew what happened in episode 8.
Maybe Grogu escaped another Jedi massacre. He
Maybe, but
survives
then
two of them. He's like, come on.
then there'd be a plot hole with why didn't Grogu show himself in the episode 9? But then I guess you could also look like they could introduce him into episode 10 whenever that
I
happens.
mean, Dinja did say we'll see each other again, so maybe he'll come back in the show at some point.
That's what I'm pretty sure it is. Like he'll come back into the show at some point. But I also could definitely see them bringing Grogu into into episode 10 of the Star Wars movies,
Do you think
since
they're gonna go to episode
technically
10?
Grogu. Uh, I I swore I thought they said that they already announced another trilogy that it
The
was
high
going to be
Re-
George Lucas
the High
direct.
Republic stuff. I think that's separate. I don't think the
I could be
movies.
wrong.
I don't think any more
I
movies are
could be
gonna be the
wrong.
Skywalker saga. Like the Skywalker saga is over because that's what all
I
nine
could be
movies
wrong, but
were the
I know that
Skywalker
they were
saga.
making another I know they were making another trilogy, and that George
Yeah,
Lucas was going to be head of it.
good, but I don't know. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll be.
I want them to end the Skyward saga. I want them to move on to.
So do
I
I.
want to see the Republic thing continue. I want to see them take down the rest, because then technically did they not episode 9, did they technically completely destroy the First Order, or was it just like the head of the snake was chopped off, but the body, or I guess that's not the right analogy to use.
Got the head off the snake. The
What
body
would be the right
withers and
analogy for
dies.
that? Yeah, but like, isn't the First Order still a thing right now, or was it, or
Um,
when they killed off Palpatine, was that like kind of basically the end?
I don't know. I'd assume so, but I mean, we also thought that the Empire was completely gone, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, fair enough. That is true.
I don't know.
But I would definitely love to see more Star Wars film. I want more films like Star Wars films like Han Solo
I want
and
more like Rogue
a
One.
movie over the. Oh yeah, those are so good. All right, once again, damn it. When we talk about Star Wars, we go in so many
I
directions.
know.
We got to get
I
back
mean, I
on
did say we were
on
going to talk about
the.
Star Wars in general, but we're going to try to focus on Mandalorian.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
what
That's
I
fair.
need to get you to finish up, I need to get you to finish Clone Wars, like all of it.
I'm on season 3, I think,
Out of 7, I believe.
out of 7. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think I'm still in season 2,
Oh, dude. You're
because
getting to
each season has like 24 episodes, which I love,
like
but
20,
also I'm
20
like,
minutes.
yeah. So I'm actually getting on my phone right now to check. I can't remember what the last episode that I watched
Are you
was.
watching it season by season, or are you watching it chronologically? Because you're going to get confused if you. because it air it's an
I'm
anth.
watching it. I'm watching it season by season.
Okay.
So is that? Are you telling me that I'm gonna get very confused?
I mean, there are gonna be episodes where a character dies, and then like 5 episodes later, that character's in the background. You're like, wait a minute, you just died, because it aired out of
What in
order.
the fuck?
It
Oh,
airs.
it aired out of order.
It's an anthology series, so sometimes this episode takes place at this time period, but other times this episode takes place here. Like the first Clone Wars media we got, the movie actually takes place like chronologically after like the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah. See, I heard that I needed to watch the movie to understand the beginning of the episodes.
I mean, did you see the episode where they had the clone that betrayed them?
Yes.
That takes place right before the movie. Yeah.
What?
Are you confused?
Oh my God, my head hurts now.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hang on.
Let's see. I'm on uh season 2, episode 12. The Mandalore plot. So the last thing I just watched was Ahsoka having her lightsaber stolen and she had to
Oh, lost
get it back.
lightsaber or something like that.
Yeah, and then you see the guy with the white lightsaber, which I was like, wait, what?
Mm.
Does that mean that he was the first one with the white lightsaber before Ahsoka was, and all this other shit? I was like, okay, so he is the first guy, Jedi with the white lightsaber.
I don't know who the first was. Um, Canonically, I just think of Ahsoka before anybody else because Ahsoka is like my favorite Clone Wars character.
Well, she is a badass.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, so wait, so you gotta explain to me then. So the
I just sent you a
episode
link.
where
I
the
just sent you a link with
clone.
the chronological order.
So I need to watch these all in chronological order just for it to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. But yeah, like
It would just
the
help.
first episode is episode 16 of season 2,
Wait, what?
and then episode season 1 episode 16 is chronologically the second, and then the movie, and then season 3 episodes 1 and 3 take place after that, and then you go to season 1 episode 1 and go all the way to episode 15 before you skip 16 and go to 17, then 18, 19, 20, finish up that season. And then the first
I'm
couple
so
and then
confused.
the first couple episodes of season 2 are chronological, and then you jump all the way to 17, then 18, then 19, then you go back to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to
Why do
14.
they do this?
And
Why?
you're on the
George Lucas.
so you're on the Mandalore
Why?
plot right now. Chronologically, that's episode 39.
Oh my lord. Why are you doing this?
Oh man.
So first episode is cat and mouse.
Yes.
And I haven't even watched that yet. Oh my god. That's season 2, episode 16. And I want season. Oh my lord. Cat and Mouse, the first episode you need to watch.
Yep.
And then it goes to
Hidden
Hidden
Enemy.
Enemy, which I'm pretty sure I've already seen that one.
The Clone Trader.
Yep. Oh my god, I'm getting angry.
Hey,
I'm getting mad.
it's
I'm
all on
getting
Disney
mad.
Plus. So
I know, but still. You know how many of these I'm gonna have to rewatch just so it can actually make more sense? Like,
you don't have to rewatch. You can skip ones that you've already seen. You just gotta be like, okay, so
I
that was
know,
there,
but
and then
like
this is here.
it makes no fucking sense. And I thought this shit was all in order.
Nope.
And I thought that just maybe
The
I was too
movies didn't
stupid to
air in
understand.
order.
Oh, you know what? That is fair. That is, I can't argue with that logic.
Nope. At least we can say that Mandalorian has been chronological so far. Oh, I feel so bad for you.
Oh
Your mind just got blown.
man, my head hurts now
I'm,
because of this shit.
I'm pretty sure Rebels is chronological too.
I don't think I'm gonna watch Rebels because I just heard that Rebels it was kind of like made more like for kids.
It's still
And
really good.
no, I mean I might try it then. Who knows?
I would recommend it.
Alrighty, well I'll think about it. And I still have to fucking s- apparently start watching Clone Wars because technically I never really started it because I never watched the first episode. Oh man,
Oh. Um.
that angers me. It's like well, there was another thing that like if you wanted to watch it, you had to watch it in a certain order so it actually made sense. But everything was released, or like the first thing that was released was actually like the like eighth episode. The second one was like the third. The fourth one was the first. The fifth one was the second. And it was a whole bunch of
Um.
spiel that if you want to watch it, you had to watch it all in chronological order.
I'd never seen it, but I know Firefly first couple episodes aired out of order. But I've never seen Firefly, so I can't really confirm or deny it.
Oh, they weren't. Never mind. I remember now where I was going from. The Marvel series where like Incredible Hulk, you needed to watch Incredible
Oh,
Hulk,
the
or you
the
needed to
Marvel
watch Iron
Cinematic
Man 1.
Universe.
Yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you wanted to watch it all in actual chronological order,
Chronological. Captain
you had to
America
watch Captain
first,
America
then Captain
first,
Marvel.
and then it was Captain Marvel, and then it was Iron Man 3, I
What?
think, and then it was supposed to be
No.
the Incredible Hulk.
Iron Man
Not Iron
3.
Man 3, Iron Man 1.
I was about to say
Iron Man
what?
1. Iron Man 1, then it was supposed to be the Incredible Hulk and a whole bunch, and then Thor, Ragnarok, or not, I mean, just
You just
Thor.
jumped to the third
And
movies of
there's a
every single
whole.
one.
I know, shut up, how about that? Be quiet, okay?
Uh,
It's freaking like
we're not even talking about Star Wars
1:44.
anymore.
Now, yeah, now we're just going completely wherever we want. We're
I
just
mean,
kind of.
do you have anything else to say about Star Wars?
I mean, they're all great except for the last three movies, in my opinion. The you should highly watch. I highly recommend watching like Han Solo and Rogue One.
Hmm.
And if for some reason George Lucas or anyone who makes these movies is watching this podcast, bring freaking Darth Maul's own movie, Qui-Gon Jinn's own movie, Obi-Wan Kenobi's own
He's getting a
movie.
show.
Like, come on. I don't want a show. I want a movie. But I'll take a
Uh,
show, I guess. I'll take a show. I'll take
I'll
a
take
show.
I'll take a show over a movie any day, honestly.
I guess it just depends. I prefer watching like the movies and stuff, but if it comes out as good as Mandalorian, then I'll be just as satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the Star Wars movies, regardless of their flaws. I love the prequels. I love the original trilogy. I love the sequels, all for very different reasons. Prequels, I grew up with them, so they have I have very fond memories with them. OG, because it's honestly the best, especially with when they were made, how they were made, how they are, how influential they are, all that good stuff. I enjoy the sequel trilogy because of the theater experiences that they provided. I enjoy them all as singular movies. I don't enjoy it as a trilogy. It's very disappointing as a trilogy, but very good individually, in my opinion. With flaws, sure, but every movie's got a flaw. I don't let it affect my opinion though.
That's the best way to do it. I wish everyone would do that.
Yeah, especially with a certain other thing that we've been talking about for months now, and we will never shut up about it. We had a whole video on it. It's about 2 hours
Last of Us
long.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. That was its whole thing. That was like the prequel to our podcast. I don't know. I'll probably have to like go online and be like, "Hey, I need a name for my podcast. You creative people out there, please help."
Any recommendations?
If you want to help with the logo too, you can do that as well. But yeah, I think that's all I have. How long have we been just chatting here?
I mean, I think it's been a good 30, 40 minutes of just us talking.
It has been an hour.
That's what I said.
You said 30 to 40 minutes. I have it. I have it on recording.
I said an hour.
Roll the tape.
I mean, I think it's been a good 30, 40 minutes. Bet.
Bet I will edit. I'm editing this. I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're gonna add in this part where I said an hour.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna edit it. We said 30 to 40 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Well, everyone knows that it's fake. Fake news. That's all you are. You're fake
No,
news.
it's my channel.
Your fake channel.
My fake channel.
Then.
Bullshit. Fake channel, my ass.
Alrighty.
All right. Well,
Well,
that's it from us. I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Share this video with a friend. And stay tuned for more that we're gonna be doing in the future because this is a new thing I'm gonna be adding on. Let me know what you guys think of the formatting and the idea of a podcast on this. So, thanks for joining, Coleman. It's always fun talking to you about all of this stuff.
well, thank you for having me. And I can't talk, but thank you for having me. And same as always. And have a good one.
Yep. Bye bye, y'all.